Alrighty then, welcome to Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. As tonight we have the New York Yankees and the Washington Nationals.
We'll make our voices louder for all of us who can and for all of those who could not. 8 minutes and 46 seconds ain't enough time to do what is right, to say something, to acknowledge the pain. Like, you have cheered for us, but we need you to cheer with us now when we need you most. Black.
At 10, we have the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. I will not be doing that game. I will not be doing the game tomorrow because, I have to go to a graduation. I have a graduation party to go to. The Bucks blow up the Spurs. I'm not surprised. Spurs aren't that good.
In order to achieve effective change and create a new canvas of optimism, empathy must lead the charge. This moment signifies our charge, our brotherhood.
This is the World Series. This, I think, will be the World Series. I think it's going to be Yankees and Nationals. The Nationals and Dodgers are the best team in the NL. Not in that order. The Pacers beat the Blazers. Nurkic is playing.
To change the injustices. Equality is not just a word, it's our right. Today we stand as men from 25 nations on 6 continents. Today we are one.
That's done. All right. Good evening. Nationals Park, Washington, D.C. We are just about ready for first pitch here in D.C. The New York Yankees and the Washington Nationals. Bill's gone loose productions. I'm wearing Nationals gear because this is about the Nationals because they play the Yankees today.
So as we wait for the ceremonial first pitch by Dr. Anthony Fauci, symbolism
Dr.
all players unified in their continued
Dr. Fauci went throwing out the first pitch.
For their social justice reforms.
Garrett Cole, Bryce Harper has a big contract too. But Mookie Betts is probably
So what you'll see from baseball 2020. We get a real good feel for tonight. And now one of the more well-known Washington National fans, Dr. Anthony Fauci, to throw out the first pitch.
Dr. Anthony Fauci will throw out the first pitch. That was a bad first pitch.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Dang, FSU's really good. Mississippi State transfers, okay.
Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci now.
So now we are in Washington.
National television audience. I would have thought, given just how big a fan he is of baseball, that would have been something. But look, the man has been so busy that is not something he probably has had time to practice.
Yeah, he hasn't had time to practice because he's busy every day with COVID-19.
So he bounced it through a little wide, but this
Rest
guy
in peace,
is a
John Blake.
die-hard
He's the first black coach in any sport at the University of Oklahoma.
So
He died at 59 years old.
like many others across the country,
I'm a huge Oklahoma fan. Blake died from a heart attack. Okay. At least it wasn't COVID.
Is defending World Series
Oh, like a
champion
teacher.
Nationals and the New York Yankees. And don't forget Dodgers and Giants at 10. With
Dodgers Giants is going to be an absolute manslaughter. I'm calling it. Mookie Betts is going to hit like 3 home runs.
Thank you, guys.
More memorable. Fauci's pitch.
I knew it. I knew
Or the
it.
Yep,
4-second
Chase
magic
Young
man,
signed.
which is
I am
That was
the rookie
impressive.
deal.
Fauci's pitch, not so much. However, we've done it, and it is difficult. Even if you know you can get it there.
Welcome to
it nerves,
DC.
and
We
you
are
got
live
nerves,
from
and
Sports
unfortunately, you
Center
get that back.
on ESPN. That is
However,
what's currently on right now.
yes.
And that is what we are most thankful for. After a very long layoff.
Up next, the Washington Nationals and the New York Yankees.
It's been 267 days since the Washington Nationals claimed victory.
The
in Game 7 of
2019
last year's
World Series champions
Never
over the
in
Houston
league's
Astros.
history has there been such a stretch without Major League Baseball. Tonight, our national pastime returns, but in a way nobody
America's
could have seen coming just
pastime
a short
is back.
months ago. No fans, no high fives, but no problem because baseball is back.
Baseball's back.
And welcome to opening night baseball on
Good evening and welcome
New York
to
Yankees
Nationals Park in Washington, D.C.
presented by John Deere.
You got another one?
At home with you, literally on TV. Matt Vasgersian,
Unbelievable.
Alex Rodriguez from here in the
Matt
studio. This is
Vasgersian.
where we'll be calling the game tonight. And for the foreseeable
Jim and
future,
Alex
we don't
Rodriguez
have
in the
to be
booth.
anywhere talking about
It's
baseball.
funny,
And Alex, it's 60 games. There are changes this
60
year on the
games,
field, but
16
there's a
team
lot to be
playoff.
excited about.
That's going to be
It's
interesting.
exciting. It is special. It is opening day. If you're a kid, you feel like you're going back to Disney World. It's going to be a year of adjustment and not a lot of time to adjust.
UK
It's
faculty
certainly a
group
year
wants to
where
recommend the
nobody
name
can
change.
afford a slow start. The one like the eventual World Series champion Washington Nationals had to endure in order to
2019 Washington
last
Nationals.
year. Yeah,
They were
started out
19 and 31 on May
31.
24th,
There
10
was
games back in the
Martinez
NL East.
possibly losing his job. But
East.
when they got
And
hot,
then the rest of the year, they went 74 and 38. The hottest team, maybe even the best team in Major League Baseball. They were undefeated in elimination games,
5-0 in their elimination games. They won the first
and they won their
time
first World
in
Series
history,
title.
dating back to the Montreal days. We know the Nationals are going to look different this year.
The Nationals this year are going to look
Anaheim. Ryan Zimmerman opted out. He's at home. First time he hasn't been on an opening day
different.
roster in 14
Ryan
years.
Zimmerman has not been on an.
Bad news today.
Is
that
not on
will
his
make
open.
them look even more different.
That's right, Matt. Their superstar
A roster.
Juan Soto tested positive for COVID-19.
Juan Soto has
Martinez
COVID-19.
told us earlier
That
today
effed me over. I have him on
and
fantasy.
in a short 60-game season.
Oh well, I got Yelich.
This could be
I got
a
Yelich.
blow.
I got some Dodger players on there. Luke Voit, apparently Luke Voit is starting. Mike Tyson's returning. That was jaw-dropping.
Last year's Yankees came very close.
Last year's Yankees, 14 players with 10-plus home runs. That is an MLB record. They were 39 injured list. First AL East title since 2012. That Yankees team is good. They lost to the Cheaters in 6 games.
Six-game ALCS loss, and the Yankees are once again considered among the favorites in all of baseball.
They are a juggernaut.
The Yankees are one of the favorites. In fact, they are the favorites to win it all this year. I have them beating the Washington Nationals in the World Series because I do not trust the Dodgers. I think the Nationals can get it done again. You got Garrett Cole
this guy.
326 strikeouts last year. That led the MLB with the Astros.
Two big stars on the mound opposing one another tonight. Yeah, the 60 game and
You have
60
Garrett
days
Cole
sprint is moments
versus
away
Max
from the game's
Scherzer.
elite talent taking center stage. The defending World Series champs and the biggest brand in all of sports coming up in the opener next.
We have the opener here in D.C. Ryan Braun is confident for opening day. Ryan Braun, I think, could come back. The Nationals do. Red Sox have a 250-foot Black Lives Matter billboard at Fenway. Faces Massachusetts Turnpike and includes new team logo. Silence in the face of justice is unacceptable, says the Red Sox team president.
Search John Deere Gator for more.
Tom Murphy will miss the start of the season. He is the Mariners catcher. He broke his foot. Juan Soto tested positive for COVID-19. Nomar Mazara is hurt.
You must learn not to sweat the small stuff.
What are you talking about the small stuff?
I swear to God. Fantasy teams, I got it. The Red Sox shut down Eduardo Rodriguez. Yeah, they're done. Boston's finishing fourth. Guaranteed. Odorizzi's on the injured list. He has a back injury. Odorizzi won all those games because the Twins were hitting a lot of home runs. I was saying Quintana's hurt. Okay, yeah, Cubs are done.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the couch. Baseball or football.
Welcome to Nationals Park, Burroughs. Highly anticipated regular season matchup for the most highly anticipated opening day. A matchup we've seen in recent memory. Maybe two of the top teams in baseball are the Yankees. He's 103 games last year. Now they added Garrett Cole. And now the Nationals won the World, and you got the defending World Series champions, the Washington Nationals, who retained a lot of their team last year. Still lost some pieces, but they retained a lot of talent from last year's squad.
All alone has never been more tightly tethered because we'll only weather this unknown together. So we get to work. We mend. We don't break.
We'll all beat COVID together. Nobody knows it.
Another mom pays her bills somewhere. Another child eats his fill.
Nobody knows we can all beat
world's
COVID.
Neighbors, making our communities brighter, greater, fighting for every person in the neighborhood. We, the coming of the common good, so dare to care, to be hope-sighted. We're never divided, for when we live to give, we always
DC was in the World Series last year. The Nationals really struggled out of the gate last year, and then they went on this hot streak. Garrett Cole versus Max Scherzer. Soto is out. He has COVID-19. I have Juan Soto on fantasy. That screwed me over. Kershaw's on one of my fantasy teams, and he's injured. Dustin May will be starting for the Dodgers, though it should be Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler should be the starter, because Walker Buehler's better than Clayton Kershaw, if you ask me. Mike Trout, Clayton Kershaw, Bryce Harper. The Nationals, the Yankees. Yeah. Washington team is trash.
And in our hearts, again.
And welcome back to ESPN's opening day coverage. Never before have we been so excited for baseball. How'd she get in there? It's the New York Yankees.
Welcome to Nationals Park here in Washington, D.C. The Washington Nationals and the New York Yankees. Mike Zimmer has extension. Ryan Zimmerman is at home. Here's the starting lineup for the Yankees. Aaron Hicks will lead things off, followed by Aaron Judge hitting second, starting in right. Gleyber Torres batting third, short. Hardly orders Stanton, Gardner, and Sanchez. Then you got Luke Voigt, Gio Urshela, and Tyler Wade. Aid. DJ LeMahieu still recovering from COVID-19 despite he was able to play. 5.8 runs per game last year. That led the MLB.
And Tyler Wade at second base. DJ LeMahieu just a couple of days away. Not ready for baseball activity tonight yet after testing positive for COVID-19. And
there's Max Scherzer, 11-7, 2.92 run average, 1.03 whip, 172 and a third innings. He had 243 Ks, 33 walks, and a 35% strikeout rate. That led the National League.
Grunting and snarling his way through a postseason. Who could forget his gritty performance in Game 7 of the World
Series? First pitch is taken outside. We are underway from D.C. It's 1-0 outside. And Aaron Hicks here. Markieff Morris just cleared quarantine.
There is an estimate that we might use more baseballs this season in a 60-game schedule than ever before.
Here's the 1-0 on the way. Outside 2-0.
Hicks, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on the switch-hitting leadoff man for the New York Yankees.
Aaron Hicks, 235 average, 769 OPS, 12 home runs. You already know the stats. I've read through them. And there's a strike 2-1.
2 balls and a strike to Aaron Hicks. Yeah,
they're pumping in crowd noise from MLB The Show.
Watch many of the exhibition games in Spring Training 2.0 or Summer Camp, as it was known. You will notice a lot of the.
Here's the 2-1 from Scherzer.
Certainly no fans. That jumps out at you.
And there's the 2-2.
As a breaking pitch is taken for a strike.
Down low.
You hear, however, the sounds of a quote-unquote normal baseball game. The PAs are piping in crowd noise, if you will, that came from the video game MLB The Show. There are organists. There are PA announcers. Everything to make this as normal as possible.
On the ground.
Hicks lines the ball to second base. New net. Starlin Castro is
Castro to Fames. Out number 1. Castro, a former Yankee.
You know, for the New York Yankees, Alex, the fact that the season began a lot later than anybody ever expected could, in one sense, be seen as a blessing. Because had the season begun in late March, guys like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and a few others would not have been.
Here's big Aaron Judge now. That is down low, 1-0. Aaron Judge versus Max Scherzer. That matchup happened in 2018.
Last week.
Here's the 1-0 from Scherzer.
Time in May and
Here's
April
pitch.
gave him a chance to heal up.
Down low, 1-1.
Punctured lung. He was slowed by injuries last year. And
Gleyber Torres on deck.
Gio Stanton lost an entire season virtually last year due to a couple of IL stints.
Here's the 1-1 to Judge and a line drive down the left field line, a base hit.
Of 2020.
Andrew Stevenson in to replace Juan Soto because Juan Soto has COVID-19.
There are not a lot of people in the ballpark. Vital personnel, uniform personnel, folks needed to kind of run things, and our Buster Olney, who somehow found an open gate and made his way into the ballpark. Buster, it's got to be a weird experience in there.
That's the perfect word. Joe
There's ESPN's Buster Olney, host of the Baseball Tonight podcast. Here's the first pitch from Scherzer to Torres.
He says that
and that pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1.
He feels like the greatest source of adrenaline is going to be the competition, but it's going to be different. You know, as I was walking at the ballpark today, you normally walk.
Gleyber Torres up for the Yankees.
Grill, the popcorn, the chicken to hot dogs, it's so different.
Here's the 0-1 from Scherzer, and it's taken up high 1-1.
Torres batting with 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the first. For you, Alex, I mean, look, guys are used to playing in front of
Gleyber Torres, 871 OPS. That's 278 average, 38 home runs, 90 RBIs.
Small, intimate
For
gatherings.
Gleyber last
Nothing
year.
like this.
Here's the 1-1 on the way.
Handle something like this as a player.
1-1.
You know,
Taken for a
it's
strike,
like
1
playing
and
in
2.
high school. I mean, high school you're playing with under 200 people. College, you maybe get into thousands. But baseball players are used to playing in small crowds. I was speaking to Gleyber Torres last night, who's at the plate now. He said, Alex, we have to get ourselves going mentally and push ourselves because in New York,
there's the 1-2 on the way to Torres from Scherzer.
Game and the energy.
That's
2
down
balls
low.
and 2 strikes. The count to Gleyber Torres, who has gone
Suzuki
through
hangs on to it, and it's
position
2-2.
re-switch for 2020. Came up as a shortstop. Most of his time as a Yankee had been spent at second base until Didi Gregorius was allowed to leave via free agency and signed with the Philadelphia Phillies, reuniting with Joe Girardi. So Torres
2-2
goes
to
back to
Torres.
shortstop for 2020 and beyond. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him with a
2-2.
man aboard.
On the ground.
Soft contact at that.
Turner the Fames, and there's out number 2. They'll let Judge go to second.
You know, for most
And
of the
here's
pundits,
Stanton
Alex,
against
it
Scherzer.
was health that was the only thing standing in the Yankees' way this year. In other words, the only thing that could stop the Yankees from the World Series would be the Yankees. Mm-hmm. Is that how you kind of view this team as well?
I did it. Look, they
yeah, that's obvious.
That big piece. I remember in 08.
And here's Junk, and here's Big John Carlos Stanton. Up for the Yankees. Mike Soroka versus Jacob deGrom. I think it's going to be the Braves that win that game because the Mets are going to New York Yankees, 30 different players on the injured list. And there's the first pitch taken down the middle for a strike by Stanton. Right, 1-0-1.
Including his National League MVP
Stanton at an 894 OPS, 288 average, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. He was hurt last year, though. He went 4 for 8. He was hurt majority of last year. He only played 11 games. Here's the 0-1 to Stanton, and he takes it inside 1-1. Can't wait to watch Mookie Betts. Let's kill the Giants.
In one stroke,
later on, because I have Mookie Betts on one of my fantasy teams.
MVP for the Yanks.
Just 18 games last season. A couple
Here's the 1-1.
Very difficult IL stints really prevented him from accomplishing much of anything. Frustrating season for Stanton, indeed.
1-1 on the way. I drive to left field. That ball has no chance to stay in the park.
Had there been fans in the ballpark, it was a guy that bought the worst seat that would have gotten that souvenir.
459 feet for Stanton, and the Yankees jump out on top early.
And we talked about leaner and sweeter.
The first home run of the regular season goes to Giancarlo Stanton.
Just a sweet swing, a more flexible Stanton, a more fluid Stanton, and that's the MVP swing that the New York Yankees acquired from the Marlins.
That's the swing the Yankees wanted.
Well, the Yankees hit a bunch of home runs last year.
21 career home runs by Stanton at Nationals Park.
One short of the Minnesota Twins, who made history with 307 last year. Here's Brett Gardner now.
Gardner, first pitch, he'll bunt, but drop back. 1-0.
Speaking of the home run, Brett Gardner connected on a career best 28 last year.
Tomorrow, Jeff Samardzija versus Ross Stripling. Angels and the A's.
One lucky wanderer.
1-0.
He's going to get all of them tonight.
On the ground, foul. 1-1.
You know, for Stanton, 96 mile an hour fastball, nearly 460.
2-0 New York, home run number 1 of the season. Brett Gardner, 829 OPS, 251 batting average, 28 home runs, 74 guys. Those are career highs for Brett Gardner.
The next day, what do you do? Come back, 450-foot home run.
Here's the 1-1 on the way. 2-1.
Changeup misses outside, and it's 2 balls.
Dustin May will start for the Dodgers.
I mean, this is what the Yankees envisioned when they went out and got him, right? This this murderer's
Jersey
row
tonight over Kershaw.
redo, if you
Here's
will,
the 2-1 from
their own
Scherzer.
franchise history.
Outside 3-1.
Still working that outside corner now.
They're making
Scherzer's
Scherzer
falling
work.
behind 3-1.
That's Stanton's 21st home run at Nationals Park, most of any other player.
Here's the 3-1.
A lot of damage in this place as
And a line drive foul.
Full count now.
Full count now.
Strikes.
And Matty, if you think about some of the players that you think about who can benefit from no fans in the stands, it could be a guy like Stanton in his third year, quiet the noise, eliminate the white noise, see ball, hit ball. This could be a very big year, a sprint, not a marathon.
Full count, 3 balls and 2
Full count
strikes.
to Gardner. Swinging on this, he struck him out, and now in.
Not before he yields his first homer of the season. A monster shot by
Stanton gives New York a 2-0 lead. And we'll see Garrett Cole for his Yankee debut. 2-0 up in Bombers.
Tell me how you feel.
Payments for 90 days.
All right.
20 Jeep brand vehicles.
Friday, the Braves and the Mets are on ESPN. Harper, Trout, Betts, Harper, Stanton, Cole, Machado.
Grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3
Then
cheese
Rendon.
and even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Introducing Taco Bell's $5 grilled cheese burrito.
I was like, oh, Anthony Rendon's going to go to Philadelphia. Garrett Cole's going to go to the Yankees. Anthony Rendon.
Well, Garrett Cole last season had
There's Garrett Cole. 25 straight starts without a loss. 10 plus strikeouts in 11 straight starts. 1.72 earned run average in 5 starts. 373 Ks, 249 innings pitched, regular and postseason.
With him from Houston to the Big Apple on a monster 9-year contract that was the talk of the early offseason. 20-5.
There's Garrett Cole, second in Cy Young voting, led the American League in earned run average and strikeouts. And here's the first pitch to Trey Turner up high, 1-0.
And his Yankee career is underway with a 2-0 lead under his belt. We'll go through
2-0 lead under his belt.
Hoping
his first pitch as a Yankee is a ball, 1-0. And a
And
foul ball, all back to the screen, 1-1. Trey Turner.
Fastball, slider, changeup. The biggest difference, Matty, the biggest adjustment in his career, he's gone from
Here's the 1-1 on the way.
To south, more out of the
away
line book of pitching.
To Turner. Up high, nearly got him. 2-1.
Turner to make it a 2-1 count to start the bottom of the first. 2-run homer by Giancarlo Stanton in the first inning has given the Yankees
2-run home run by Giancarlo Stanton gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead. 850 OPS, 298 batting average, 19 home runs, and 87 RBIs. 3-1. And Trey Turner's got speed. He can take off running wherever he wants to.
Is a lot of shaking, disrupting of timing. You want these two to get along. It could be indicative for a great season for the New York Yankees.
3 balls and a strike.
3-1 on the way.
Turner.
Swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Hicks is under it and he'll make the catch out number 1.
That gives us a chance to post the Washington Nationals State Farm starting lineup.
Here's the Nationals lineup. Turner will lead things off. Adam Eaton will bat second, starting in right. Starlin Castro will bat third. Harder to order Kendrick, Faines, and Suzuki. Then you get his Drupal Cabrera, Andrew Stevenson replacing Juan Soto, who has COVID-19, and you got Victor Robles. Nationals play 6 spin runs per game. Here's the first pitch to Adam Eaton inside 1-0.
For the foreseeable future. Big blow to the Nationals, and one that Dave Martinez kind of announced to us earlier today with a very heavy heart. You could see the look of concern.
Here's the 1-0. Inside again, 2-0.
So now it's Adam Eaton with one gone. A 2-0
Adam
count
Eaton.
to Adam Eaton.
Eaton up on.
A couple of World Series homers. There is Dave, who, boy, you talk about.
There's Dave Martinez, one of the best managers in baseball.
To a commissioner's trophy.
Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss.
2-1 to Eaton.
2-1. Roy Williams donates 600K aid to COVID-19. He helps bring sports seniors.
World Series defense
His
campaign.
wife is funding scholarships for seniors returning for another year.
Those innings were avoided, right?
There's Adam Eaton's stats, and he fouls it back.
They're strong.
2-2.
And, when you talk about a World Series hangover, what that means is you end your season usually in early November, and then you extend, and you're invited here, and you're invited there, and you're filming commercials, and you have all these distractions. Everyone's celebrating what you did in the past. And as a player, you always want to focus on what's ahead. All that is now behind. Nationals ready to go, and those power pitchers are rested.
Here's the 2-2. And a high fly ball, foul out of play. World Series hangover really can't happen, though. I think the Astros only fall off because of the cheating.
But if there were a hangover on the losing side, you could understand it from a guy who logged so many innings the last couple of years, and postseason innings at that as well. But everybody close to Garrett refers to him as close to
2-2 to Adam Eaton from Garrett Cole
as is humanly possible.
Bound back, still 2-2.
Developing a relationship with his new pitching coach, Matt Blake, who is new to the job himself. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Adam Eaton.
2-2 to Adam
Eaton. On the
Eaton.
phone this week, and I asked him, how do you, as a guy
Here's the 2-2.
coaching in high school 5 years
High drive, deep right field, Judge back, and they will watch it go. A home run for Adam Eaton, and now they're down by 1. The first Nationals home run of the year. Adam Eaton, it's a home run off Garrett Cole, and it's 2-1 now.
Another fastball, 98 miles an hour.
98 miles an hour.
Look at this ball, it's down. That's the only place where both these pitchers can't get hurt. His fastball's down. Eaton gets his foot down. Great finish.
That was a good finish by Eaton.
Normally, it's going to sound even better in an empty stadium. The sounds of baseball are magnificent.
First pitch on the ground. Urshela throws over the first. And Castro will be the second out.
His new relationship with Garrett Cole, and Matt told me that one of the first things Garrett told
Here is Howie Kendrick, the designated hitter. Kendrick was very clutch in the playoffs for the Nationals last year. Hit a grand slam off of Joe Kelly. Hit the 2-run home run to give the Nationals a 1-run lead. Hit the go-ahead home run in Game 7. Then first pitch to Howie is up and in.
Cuts the Yankees lead in half, and here is perhaps one of the biggest postseason stars from 2019, the veteran DH tonight, Howie Kendrick.
Kendrick will be eat a DH, and he takes a strike up high, 1-1.
You want to see the relationship between Gary and Garrett at the mound, and you also want to see Garrett Cole and Angel Hernandez, the veteran umpire behind home plate.
Angel Hernandez behind home plate, and Howie will swing and miss at that pitch. 1-2.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez in his 27th year as a major league umpire.
27th year for Angel Hernandez as an umpire. Garrett Cole on the mound. Here's the 1-2, the Kendrick. And he strike-free call. Side corner, now I'm getting. That was not even close to a strike. Let's take a look. But The Nationals get on the board, though. Adam Eaton, a solo shot.
Brandon Hyundai gives you more this month by letting you drive free all summer long. That's right, drive with 0 down. And businesses don't have storefronts. They're
2-1, Washington.
Your home.
No, 2-1, New York.
But for over 20
Washington
years, you've been able to find them
is
on
now down
HomeAdvisor.
one.
Book the best local pro for any home project, online or with the app.
This season is for the fans. Even when the pros went dark, you still found a way to light it up and turn stay at home into home field advantage. Sure, sometimes it was a stretch, but you never lost that spirit of competition. Yeah, you earned this season, fans. So kick up your feet and enjoy. We'll take it from here. To celebrate the return of sports, we've added a $10 credit to every FanDuel account, so you can get in on the action.
At least I have Judge.
Only on FanDuel.
Got Judge, I got Sanchez.
ESPN's telecast of opening night baseball is presented by
Scherzer.
John Deere.
That was a
Nothing
bad
runs
first
like
pitch by
Deere.
Fauci.
Run with us. Dr. Anthony Fauci just a bit outside. That was Baba Booey-esque.
I mean, Dr. Fauci, by the way, a former point guard from New York, just a true hero to so many.
Here's the first pitch to Sanchez, and he swings and
Very
misses.
nice. You've been doing some writing during the layoff.
I've been rehearsing that for 2 months. I am so excited to be back.
So is this guy, Gary Sanchez, after a 34 home run
Here's the
campaign last
0-1.
year. Two-time All-Star leads
Swing and
things
a miss,
off in the
0-2.
Yankee half of the second with Alex Rodriguez, Matt Vasgersian. Great to have you along with us tonight. We are among those.
Gary Sanchez, 34 home runs. But that was it. He stunk in the playoffs. 841 OPS, 232 average. He can hit at the plate. And here's the 0-2, and he takes it low 1-2.
Has been scratched tonight, placed on the injured list. Meaning later on tonight, Dustin May will become the first Dodger rookie to start an opener since Fernando Valenzuela in 1981. No pressure.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Scherzer gets him on strikes. Second strikeout for Max Scherzer.
3 more games. Openers for all these teams. Back-to-back Cy Young Award winner Jacob DeGrom.
Jacob DeGrom and the Mets take on Ronald Acuna and the Braves. You have the Brewers and the Cubs, Yelich versus Baez. And then you got the Angels and the A's, Mike Trout versus Marcus Semien.
Going to be a good one tomorrow in New York. Mike Soroka, who was so good away from home last year in his rookie campaign.
And
here's
Luke Voit takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. A career high, 842 OPS, 263 average, 21 home runs, 62 RBIs. Here's the 1-0. Fouled back, 1-1.
Around the Yankees last year, Alex, it felt like Luke Voit was more hurt than he ever really let on. And off-season surgery, core injuries. And when you consider the severity of that, with surgery required, it was amazing.
1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And he took this time off during the break the past few months and focused on diet and cardio. As a result, he's lost about 15 pounds, looks much slender, and they're very happy where he is right
Here's
now.
the 1-2. To Voit. Swing and a miss.
That's 3 straight strikeouts for Max
3
Scherzer.
straight Ks for Max Scherzer.
This is
Going to be weird without
Up
fans.
in the zone. In order for him to be successful, he has to throw the fastball above the belt.
Kurt
And the
Suzuki.
breaking ball down like he did to Sanchez. Much sharper the second inning than in the first.
Much sharper inning number 2. He's second in Ks per 9 behind Randy Johnson. Here's the first pitch inside 1-0.
Well, since 2012, when the Scherzer
Every
kicked off, nobody
for
has
strikeouts,
been more difficult in terms of a
nobody has been close to Scherzer. Scherzer's
those
first.
numbers back up there again. Red ball swung on and missed this time.
And Rochelle is up, swinging a miss on the breaking
Swinging
ball.
strikeouts. Most strikeouts on a 4-seam fastball.
4-seam, free pitch, end zone, out zone, total, swinging, all that. First since 2012. Here's the 1-1 from Scherzer to Rochelle, and he fouls it back 1-2.
When you think about an ace, you're describing Max Scherzer, the total package. This guy is a tremendous baseball player first, who happens to be a great pitcher. Loves to play, loves to talk baseball, loves trash talking. Funny, I was talking to Kevin Long earlier today, the hitting coach of the Nationals, and it was so quiet in the early scrimmages. Kevin Long was saying to one of the hitters, the slider's a little flat. Max Scherzer steps off the
Here's the 1-2.
Hey, Kevin, I know
Down
my
low,
slider
2-2.
is a little flat. And you can hear everything, which was pretty interesting.
Did you happen to catch any of the Nationals games?
Here's the 2-2.
The inter-squad games that they played?
2 on the way.
I mean, the
swing and a miss. Free strikeout inning in that. Will end the second. Let's see what Garrett Cole has. As on the Nationals in the second inning.
Father wears his Sunday best. Mother's time.
There's the International Space Station.
Hi, I'm NASA astronaut Chris Cassidy, and welcome to the International Space Station. From outer space to planet Earth, it's time to celebrate the return of America's favorite pastime. Baseball is back, and that's good news. It'll be a season like no other. So let's play ball.
And they're like free.
Thanks to Chris Cassidy.
Here's the first pitch on the way, swing and a miss.
By the way, Chris Cassidy's view of Nationals Park only slightly higher than if you were in the press box at Nationals Park, where you could barely see what's going on. I think we have a better view of the ballpark from here in the studio in Bristol, Connecticut.
Here's the 0-1. And Eric Thames is hit.
Yeah, Eric Thames is hit by a pitch And the leadoff hitter is aboard.
Leadoff hitter is aboard for the Nationals.
Yeah, that's where we would have been under ordinary circumstances. How many times have you watched a game from up there and been, duped on a home run ball?
A few times.
Yeah. It's hard to judge distance when you're up there. Leadoff hitter report. So instead, we're here in the studio, and we're literally watching the game along with you, America. And it's been fun.
Here's the first pitch.
The only thing
Up high, 1-0.
Would be great.
Okay.
Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, now up.
Here we go. Popcorn.
Now we're talking.
Matty, I'm just happy we're watching baseball. This is
Marco Gonzalez versus Justin Verlander. Jack Flaherty starting for the Cardinals tonight. Tomorrow, Charlie Morton for the Rays. Here's the 1-0. Up high, 2-0.
By the way, this matchup.
Mad Bum versus Paddock.
Not many of us had 3 runs being scored in the first.
Kurt Suzuki, 809 OPS, 264 batting average, 17 home runs, 63 RBIs. Kurt Suzuki was very good last year.
To end the season in the final game of the World Series,
2-0. High fly ball to right. Judge is back, and he makes the catch. Eric Thames will retreat back to first. There's the first out of the inning.
It's just the second time in Major League history 2 pitchers started against each other in a season opener after starting against each other in the previous World Series.
Max Scherzer versus Garrett Cole.
This was the pitching line for Max Scherzer.
5 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, no home runs allowed. Garrett Cole, 7 innings, 5 earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 home runs allowed.
The other time something like this happened, and it was recent history, Edson Volquez and Matt Harvey. They went at it twice in the 2015 fall.
Volquez versus Harvey in 2015.
Season.
And they opened up in 2016. 2020 of Garrett Cole versus Max Scherzer.
1 out, 1 on.
As Drupal Cabrera will come up now.
Matty, when you face pitchers like Cole and Scherzer, as a hitter, you're going to prepare a little bit more. You're going to watch more film. You're going to know that this game
had one stint with the Nationals.
And if you can hit a ball like Stanton did.
Last season with Texas and Washington. 783 OPS, 260 batting average. Was pretty good last year for the Nationals as well. That pitch is up high, 1-1.
That's what CC Sabathia did for the 2009 Yankees. Brought it every 5th day.
Ball and a strike to the 2-time All-Star is Drupal Cabrera.
Here's the 1-1 to Drupal Cabrera.
About the new relationship with his catcher, with Gary
up
Sanchez,
high, 2-1.
Let's face it, whose defense has been criticized in the past. He is a bat-first backstop. The Yankees went to some great lengths this winter to try to rebuild him as a defensive project. We're going to bring Buster in on this in a moment. 2 balls and a strike.
Here's the 2-1 to Drupal Cabrera. High fly ball to left.
Sends a fly ball out to left.
Catch is made by Gardner, and he'll just casually throw that one in.
Gary
to
Sanchez
Torres.
for
Number 2.
That are used to what he looks like back there, they will notice the difference.
Andrew Stevenson now up. The replacement for Juan Soto tonight.
He's going to be able to get lower, set a lower target, perhaps be able to frame pitches. Now, there is some natural concern. How his movement's going to be?
Yep, Dodgers got Mookie Betts to an extension.
That way, but they really feel like this is helping.
He was traded to the Red Sox before I left for Washington, D.C. Here's the first pitch, taken up high for a strike.
Here's Andrew Stevenson now, who draws the card of replacing Juan Soto after the COVID positive test was revealed today. I don't know that Andrew counted on being in the starting lineup last night, but here he is this evening.
Here's the 0-1.
Yeah, I guess, and Alex,
inside,
thoughts on
0-2.
There are a lot of people in baseball that feel like you're only as good a pitch framer as you have staff to work with. And adding Garrett Cole is automatically going to make Gary Sanchez a better pitch framer.
Yeah, it does, but I think it's overrated. The 1 knee down, there's pros and cons. You may get an extra strike here and there, But when you're in postseason baseball and 90 feet count, and you face a lineup like the Nationals with Turner at the top and Robles at the bottom,
Pitch taken.
35 stolen bases at the top with
Pitch
Turner,
is swung
29
back
with
without.
Robles,
Stolen.
need to stop the running game. And I don't think that taking
Fabian
a strike here,
Lovett and
strike
Jerry
there
and Jones
is worth the
granted eligibility
sacrifice. Because in order to win
for
in October,
Florida
you need to
State.
stop the running game, and you need to keep those balls in front of you.
Andrew Stevenson versus Garrett Cole. 0-2
to Andrew Stevenson.
Foul back. Still 0-2.
Well, these numbers amassed over the last 3 seasons.
Most
so
pass balls
staffs in there, different
2017 and 2018 for Sanchez. He was tied for 14th in 2019.
Pass ball numbers really improved from 2018 to 19.
I'm not a fan of the one knee on the ground. I like catchers to be athletic. I like them to move around, to block balls, and to be able to throw guys out of second base.
Swing and a miss, the first strikeout for Garrett Cole.
For strike 3, pair of strikeouts for Garrett Cole, and it's still 2-1 Yankee lead.
Tyler Wade is due up. Then you got Aaron Hicks and Aaron Judge.
Neighborhood's great.
Amazing school district. The HOA has been very involved. These shrubs are board approved.
Welcome back to Washington.
At the ballpark this season, MasterCard has created a priceless baseball experience at home. Check out these lucky fans. They're up on the big screen tonight thanks to MasterCard. Watch for more priceless baseball experiences from MasterCard all season long and start something priceless.
Starts.
Let's go! Baseball's back!
MasterCard.
Hit that ball with a spatula. Back with an empty ballpark, but boy.
2-1 Yankees in front on the Nationals.
Welcome back, Matt Vasgersian, Alex Rodriguez. Great to have you for Major League
Tyler Wade will stand in now.
As long awaited as it was, and it has proven entertaining.
One runner left on base for the Nationals. Here's Max Scherzer again. 3 straight strikeouts, and here's Tyler Wade to replace DJ LeMahieu for now, and he bunts and drops it back. 1-0.
Wade, Hicks, and Judge. Tyler Wade making his first opening day start.
Tyler Wade, 692 OPS, 245 average, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 43 games last year. Here's the 1-0 to Wade. Down low, 2-0.
He missed significant time being on the COVID-19 restricted list. And DJ is off that list. He's working out active. But Aaron Boone told us before the game, they just feel like he needs a couple more days of baseball activity before he's ready to go.
2-0. On the ground, foul.
Move by Boone and the Yanks being conservative. Here's a guy back-to-back opening days where he's not starting. Last year, he almost won the MVP. Was the most consistent Yankee. Maybe it'll be the same this year for DJ.
He almost got himself onto a trivia question list, too. MVPs not to start on opening day, and not because of an injury. It was manager's decision last year. You see the numbers last season. Career year.
3-1.
Already won a batting title in his major league career.
And a Gold Glove defender.
Now.
3 balls and a strike to count to the left-handed hitting Tyler Wade.
3-1. Bunt foul. 3-2. Up, that's a fake Taco Bell. Mods, get rid of him. Get rid of him. That's a fake. That's a troll. That's obviously a troll.
Ways to go, but the major league record for consecutive strikeouts in a game is 10, accomplished by the legendary Tom Seaver back in 1970.
Tom Seaver with 10 straight strikeouts. That's a major league record.
Contrast from the first
And the Yankees lost for the time.
to the second inning. Hicks,
Yeah, you're
106
done,
off the
troll.
bat.
Get the
Judge,
heck out
108.
of my stream.
Stanton, 112. Second inning, 3 Ks. Getting settled.
Here's the free 2. Ball 4.
And he loses Wade.
And Wade walks. And Aaron Hicks will come back up.
Coming up Sunday night, we'll have the final game of a 3-game set between the Braves and Mets at 7 Eastern.
Braves and Mets will be Sunday night baseball.
In Los Angeles, between the rival San
And at
Francisco
10, you have the
Giants
Giants and
the
the
LA
Dodgers. I'm going to do Dodgers-Giants on Sunday. I'm not doing Braves-Mets. Because the Mets aren't good. First pitch on the way. Throw over the first. Not in time.
In a short season here, Matty, this is where I'd like to see Aaron Boone put the game in motion a little bit. Got a plus runner at first base and Wade, a contact switch hitter at the plate.
There's Max Scherzer.
Love to see a little hit and run
Here's
here.
first pitch to Aaron Hicks in this at-bat.
Hicks grounded out
First
to start
pitch.
the ball game.
Swing and a miss.
0-1 the count to Aaron Hicks.
0-1 to Aaron Hicks.
But Max Scherzer has got
Hicks 0 for 1. 235 average, 12 home runs, 36 RBIs in 2019.
5 straight. When Max puts his mind on something, and Paul Menhart will be the first to tell you, his pitching coach, he is stubborn in the best of ways. He knows
Tyler
himself.
Wade at
Max
first.
knows Max better than anybody else, so says his pitching coach. Comes back with a changeup that
Comes
time.
back with a changeup, and it's 0-2. Yep, Redskins will temporarily go by the Washington football team, which is stupid.
He is not afraid of
The Angels' first second team will be named the Seattle Kraken.
The year that he allowed more homers than anybody in the National League.
0-2.
I'll explain the reason
Go
why,
over the
Matty,
first, not even close to win time.
pitchers like Scherzer's, to your point, they're stubborn. They're stubborn, and when you look back at the great
Mods, do me a favor in my streams. Please get rid of the trolls.
All of them gave up the big ball. Why?
Aaron Hicks.
They thought they were better than you in the strike zone, and that's where they compete, and they want to beat you.
Here's the 0-2.
0-2 the count to Aaron Hicks.
Throw over the first, not in time.
He's thrown to first a couple times here, but
Yeah, you're another freaking troll. Get out of here.
That started the inning.
Here's the 0-2. 0-2 now to Max Scherzer. Actually, not 0-2 to Max Scherzer. 0-2 to Aaron Hicks.
The last thing you want to do is lead off walk to Wade. Now you got both Aarons coming up, Torres and Stanton. Wow.
You have Aaron Hicks.
And a 3-2 slider to Wade to walk him. That's something to watch. If you're in the dugout,
Aaron Judge is on deck.
That's a good information to intake.
0-2.
Wade with good speed at first.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Max Scherzer. 5 strikeouts tonight.
Combo is among the best in baseball. Take a look at how long both pitches hold the same plane before they distinguish themselves, right? The changeup darts at the very end, and that fastball just gets right past you.
And I've been in play facing Scherzer too many times, and his fastball 97 at the top of the zone, and changeup 84 at the bottom of the zone.
First pitch to Aaron Judge.
Combination.
5 strikeouts.
Swing and a miss for Aaron. And a miss. 0-1. 48% four-seam fastballs last year. Slider 21%, changeup 14%, curveball 9%, and a cutter 8%. He uses the cutter the least.
In the strike zone, he thinks he's better than you in the strike zone.
Here's the 0-1 again. And another base hit for Judge.
For Aaron Judge, making him 2 for 2 to
2
start
for
tonight.
2.
They're going to try it with Wade.
Wade's going home. And there's no throw home. And it's 3-1 New York.
We talked about the 3-2 slider to Wade to put him on.
That 3-2 slider was pretty dumb by Scherzer.
Fastball up to Judge. And again, lightning quick. And then Wade flying around the bases.
Wade was flying around the bases.
And a really nice job by third base coach Phil Nevin. Very aggressive.
Here's the first pitch to Torres and a high pop-up.
Position, and on the first pitch, it's popped out of play.
Out of play.
I tell you, everybody with the Yankees, Alex, either there was a tapeworm that got loose in that clubhouse, or everybody's gone on the keto diet or something. Look at that. He's back to his prospect
Still
size,
nothing.
The first pick in the 1992 draft. He looks back like a first rounder.
All these guys have toned up.
Here's the 0-1.
0-1 the count to Gleyber Torres.
Vegan in the Bronx.
High pop-up. Shallow right.
Out to shallow right.
Castro's got it. Eaton was coming in.
Let's put some of the fun bells and whistles on the Stanton homer from the first StatCast powered by
Here's Stanton. Here's the StatCast.
Give me a guess. Too late.
459.25 feet, 112.2 exit velocity, 32 miles per hour on the launch angle.
I mean, you have two guys there, Judge and Stanton, that could be playing in the NFL right now. Judge turned down scholarships to Stanford and Notre Dame for baseball. We want more kids playing baseball.
Yeah, I think Stanton had an opportunity to go
First
play
pitch to Stanton.
USC, if I'm not mistaken.
Taking
There's that slider in for a strike.
0-1.
So you mentioned earlier how he likes to hit in this ballpark.
Here's the 0-1 to Stanton.
Nationals Park than any other visiting player.
Stanton loves to hit in Nationals Park.
Oh, that's a
0-2. Great pitch on the corner.
Max Scherzer has thrown only 2 non-sliders this inning.
Scherzer's thrown only 2 non-sliders this inning. He could get Stanton to strike out.
0-2 to Stanton.
Here's the 0-2 to Stanton. Taken down low, 1-2. Nate Pearson left off the Jays roster.
When you go up there and you hit a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for a home run, you can come back the next at bat and eliminate the fastball and sit soft. 3 in a row.
Here's the 1-2. 52nd pitch coming up for Max Scherzer.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Here's the 1-2 to Stanton.
National League MVP.
Swing and a miss. Stanton goes down swing. And that'll end the inning. Robles, Turner, and Eaton do up for the Nationals. Blue Jays in talks about sharing Camden Yards. The Connecticut governor wants the Blue Jays to play home games in Hartford. That would be good. There we go. Got rid of those trolls.
Now through August 3rd, head to tmobile.com/MLB to score.
The newest addition to the Chipotle kitchen is a second Chipotle kitchen. Introducing Chipotle Digital Kitchens, exclusively for your online order with dedicated teams ready to make it fresh, fast, exactly how you want, and deliver it straight to your door. Order now for contactless carryout or delivery.
We're at the movies and we need to silence our phone. Who knows where that button is?
I don't have silent.
Everyone does, right up here. It happens to all of us. We buy a new home and we turn into our parents. What I do is help new homeowners overcome this.
Was that an adjustable spanner? Good choice, Steve.
Okay, don't forget, you're not assisting him. You hired him. You have nowhere to sit. You have too many. Who else reads books about submarines? My dad. Yeah.
Oh, those are...
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at that.
Welcome
You're
back to
watching
Washington,
Opening Night
D.C.
Baseball on ESPN, the telecast presented by John Deere. Welcome back, Matt
And
Masters
the
with
first
Alex
pitch,
Rodriguez.
Rumblings will take for a
No
strike.
fans in the ballpark, but folks stacking up living rooms across the country. Diamond Dave in Manhattan Beach has this one tuned in among the biggest
Here's
Yankee
the
fans
0-1.
on the planet.
Taken
And
inside
a pitch that
1-1.
misses in on the hands of
Garrett
Thursday
Cole been great.
leadoff man
Garrett
Victor
Cole was great
Robles.
last year for the
Robles, Turner,
Yankees.
and Eaton against Garrett Cole.
33
back to a
pitches.
2-run lead thanks to the RBI double off the bat of Aaron Judge at the top of the inning.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Robles obviously struggling a bit.
As we mentioned, except for Buster Olney. But there are people on the edges, if you will, around the perimeter.
There are people on the edges around the perimeter watching the game.
Full house, the hotel.
And they ring him up.
Soto is unable to check the swing, and there's one gone. We're all wondering.
That's not Soto. That's Robles.
Social distance, right? They can't jam up in the dugouts, and clubhouses are not what they were.
Trey Turner will come up now, as Robles struck out.
Well,
He was unable to hold up.
Areas that extend beyond the dugouts toward the outfield on each side. You see some players drifting in and out of those. You actually see
Here's
some
the
players
first pitch to Trey
behind home
Turner,
plate
and it's
during
taken
some of
up
the
high
intersport games
1-0.
the Nationals have been playing. Max Scherzer's been sitting there, but this is an adjustment period. I asked Davey Martinez, okay, what's the health and safety protocol you struggle with the most? And he talks about how he's caught
Here's the
himself several
1-0.
times drinking
Up
his
high,
water,
1-1.
his mask, and then he thought to himself, okay, that's not going to work. Joe Panik of the Toronto Blue Jays told me that he's used to licking his fingers before throwing the ball. He's got to stop doing that. I did notice on the home runs a lot of violations, health and safety.
Here's the
protocol,
1-1. Swinging a foul ball.
Are you
1-2.
going to be that guy, Buster? Are you going to be the guy that's...
No, I'm not going to be that guy. No.
Well, it's,
There'll be no hotline from my spot, Matt.
1-2.
Alex, you can speak to this better
Ooh,
than
the Trey
us.
Turner.
I mean, Major League Baseball.
Adam Eaton on deck. He homered his last time.
They are. And one thing is, though, when Dr. Fauci says wear a mask and stay 6 feet away, I listen. But
1-2.
It's the little things, Matt.
Swinging a high fly ball to right. Judge will make the catch. Up number 2.
You can't chew gum. You can't lick your fingers. All of those things, creature of habits. Remember, can't high five here. Almost.
Almost high five.
But in a season.
And there's Adam Eaton. And Adam Eaton will come up. He hit a home run over the head of Aaron Judge and Aaron Hicks the last time he came up.
They've been doing it for a
Eaton
long
1 for 1 for home run.
It will be a season of adjustments and not a lot of time to adjust.
First pitch taken for a strike.
First pitch breaking ball
0-1.
taken for a strike by Adam Eaton, the man who touched up Cole in the first on the solo homer. 2 gone, bases empty for him. 3-1 Yankees.
Bases empty for him. 2 out.
I don't know that we'll see it
And
used
pitch is taken
tonight.
by
In
Eaton.
fact, I have not noticed
It's a 1-1.
the league-sanctioned wet rag, right? Because pitchers are not
What's
supposed
one
to
of
go
a
to their
solo home
mouths.
run? 279, 15, 49 for Adam Eaton.
A lot of pitchers do that kind of
Here's the
habitually.
1-1.
There's no such
Swing and a miss.
no
1-2.
such move that's sanctioned this year. So pitchers can have a 5x7 microfiber in their back pocket only. Can't be anywhere else. It can have water only upon it. And if a pitcher goes to it often enough, the umpire is given license to go out there and check to
There's
make
the
sure
1-2.
that there isn't motor oil or soft drink on it or some other nefarious substance that's going to make the ball dance around like Ray Milan.
Just a tremendous job by the players, by the clubs, coming together with all of this protocol, the leadership from both sides to come to the table, be first sport. It's just a tremendous job by everybody.
Who'd have had him eaten?
Baseball should be very, very proud.
1-2 pitch.
Another high drive in the right. Judge back. And he'll make the catch at the warning track. And now we're in the inning. Gardner, Sanchez, and Boyd do what?
Brandon Hyundai gives you more this month by letting you drive free all summer long. That's right. Take out any new Hyundai and drive with 0 down and 0 payments until 2021. Plus 0% financing is available. Or drive new Elantras for $8,400. Tucson's only $199.
In terms of hours, is probably the best stream I've done. But I'm going to end it because no one's coming on.
I-75 on Adamo.